Welcome to how to create and configure the Talent Center. Let's get started. So your Talent Center will be your employee site in which employee can access to either complete onboarding tasks, view documentation in regards to maybe policies or holiday schedule, or if you're a user of the system such as a hiring manager or a recruiter, you can also have the ability to process your requisitions, approve requisitions and offers, process candidates directly from the Talent Center. The first thing that you need to do is, in order to be able to edit and configure the Talent Center, is to make sure that your user account is associated to an employee account. So if we just go to the user tab here, and I will just select my user here. And here you can see there's an employee field. So just make sure that your user account is linked to an employee account, or else you're not going to be able to edit the Talent Center. So let's just go to administration, customize recruit, and scroll down to manage talent centers. So notice that you can have multiple talent centers. So if, for example, you have different departments or different entities that you want them to have access to a different talent center because you want it branded differently, or you want access to different information. So you can go ahead and create multiple talent centers, and what essentially will dictate which talent center the employee is brought to is based on a field called Preferred Talent Center. So if we go to the Employee tab here, and if you just click on Employee, you can add Preferred Talent Center field, and if we edit, and we can select which talent center that we want that particular employee to be directed to. So every time that employee will access the talent center, it will be brought to the talent center that's specified into that particular field. Now we can go ahead and create a talent center. So we're just going to add new talent center. We're going to give it a name. Here you can create a theme for your talent center, so you can color code it in the manner that matches your corporate colors. And here we can decide the language, and we can also add a logo to it. So we always resize to the Taleo recommended size. In terms of security, so that is more on the employee side. So if we're going to allow restrictions, if to allow them to reset their login name, if we lock the employee accounts after such and such failed attempts, how long do we lock the account for? So are we going to email when employees locked out to failed attempts? Who are we going to send that to? Are we going to allow them to recover their passwords? Are we going to authenticate employees for manager view access? And in terms of onboarding, for example, when you complete a task, you're asked to when you're asked to e-sign, you can require username and passwords for e-signature. So if that's your case, you're going to want to check that box as well. Now, in terms of notification, do we want to notify managers when an employee updates their information on the Talent Center? Or do we want to notify all managers that have a chain of command relationship to that employee? So that's based on your org structure, going up the hierarchy to see who we will advise if any changes are made. And we can also select the users that will receive these notifications. We can also allow IP restrictions. So if you only want the Talent Center to be accessed via your VPN, for example, so you can add IP addresses to control that. So we're just going to go ahead and click on Save and Edit Talent Center pages. Now we're brought into the Talent Center configuration. So on the login page here, what we can do is we can change the background image that you see. And the way that you're going to brand the Talent Center is via an image and themes. So here we can theme the content background color, or we can select a picture. So if you have a picture that represents your organization, we can add that. Now it's what will show in the background. Or you can also select a wallpaper to be inserted there. If we go to home, we see that we have the change cover photo there as well. So you can go ahead and change that for that particular tab if that's what you choose to do. In terms of the profile information that's here. So as we can see, my job title, department location, our employee code, my employee code, sorry, and the phone number. But if we click on this particular widget, so as you can see, we can select a language for the profile information. We can select the default theme. And we can also, as you can see here, we can add fields. So if we want to add additional fields to what's already displayed, if it's when you add fields, you can also dictate whether they're going to be read-only or required. And as you can see, if it's read-only, you're not going to see the pencil icon to update that information. So anything that you don't want them to update, such as job title, employee code probably, then you're going to want to put those read-only. So just to see the difference here. So let's say, for example, we're going to add address here. So as we can see, the address has been added. What you can do is you can drag and drop if ever you want to change that places. And if we put it to read only and click on the check mark and save here. So those are all the different options that you can do here. So any field that's a standard field or a custom field can be dictated. So we're just going to go ahead and click on that, click on done. So now, as we can see here, we have all our fields that we need. Now, if you're an employee and you use onboard or offboard, you're going to want to add that widget in your you're going to want to have that widget in your employee center or your talent center, because that's where they're going to go to complete their tasks. So any forms that they have to fill out, any tasks that they have to complete will be done directly from the talent center. And here, once again, if we click on that widget, we can, if we want, change the name of the My Onboard Offboard task. So you can change something that's more customizable to you. Here as well, as you can see, we have different columns: activity type, title, due date, status, description. But if we want, we can also add progress. As you can see, progress has just been added there. And we can just go ahead and click on done. As you can see here, there's two different, so we have the list view and we also have the card view if you want to display the information in a different format. So if we want to add widgets to that, so add different information, so we can just click on add new widget. So here on this widget, we have attachments. So any attachments that you would want the employee to be able to attach, and that could be part of your onboard task, or it just can be part of you sending them an email asking them, for example, to upload a copy of the driver's license in the talent center. So with that widget, they can add the attachment, and it's directly linked to the employee file, so that those will show up in the employee file under the attachment sections. So we can just go ahead and add widgets, and once again, we can drag and drop if ever we want to change that place. Let's just go ahead and add a new widget. Another nice one to have is the document repository. So with the document repository on the organization side, you can add documents. So for example, it can be company policies, it can be a holiday schedule, vacation schedule, etc. So you can have all that as part of the document repository that the employees can access via the talent center. So we're just going to go ahead and add that widget. And once again here, we can drag and drop. So if we click on here, the document repository, we can change the name once again, we can change the theme. And if we have anything that has been added, we can click on choose files and select employee handbook, for example. So one important thing to note is that anytime you add documents to the document repository in the organization section, you're also going to want to go to the talent center in edit mode and click here and choose the file to be able to add it to the document repository in order for it to show there as well. So we're just going to go ahead and click on done. And we can, if ever, for example, you use Taleo Learn and you have courses, whether it be documentation courses or whether it be YouTube videos, so you can add the course widget here. And here will tell you the status of your course, if it's been complete, once it's been completed, and different things like that. So that's where the employees would also go to access their courses. So here that's the home tab, but we also have the My Info tab. So we're just going to go ahead to the My Info tab, and as you can see, we have a lot more information here in regards to employee information. And once again, here we can add fields if needed. And here, what we can do on the My Information is also, for example, add or user the system, such as hiring managers or recruiters. So you can add the My Requisition widget. So here they will see all their requisitions and they will see how many candidates are associated, which location, the status of the requisition. And once again, here you can click on add to add different fields. So all requisition standard and custom fields will be able to be added to that particular view. And if you want them to also approve offers or requisitions, so you can add them individually if you just want one or the other, such as My Requisition approvals or My Offer approvals. But if you want both, you can also just go ahead and add the My Approvals widget. And here they will see any approval. They'll be able to approve, reject. They'll be able to view as well directly from the Talent Center. So the other widgets, such as certificates, if ever your employees have any certificates that they want to display on their employee center, any education information. So if you have performance management, you might want to have My Goals. You want to have My Reviews as well. And then you have password and login name that you would add if ever you want them to change that. And then we're just going to go ahead and click on Save and Publish to complete it. And now your Talent Center has been completed. So we're just going to exit that to go back to the Talent Center, and we're just going to go ahead and save. So now our Talent Center has been created. So if we just go ahead and view the Talent Center that we just created, so as we can see the information, you have the employee handbook, so the employees will be able to download that. So anything that they have, if they want to add an attachment, they can go ahead and just add an attachment and it will automatically carry over to the employee file. Now, if we go to My Info, so for hiring managers and recruiters, so as you can see here, we have our requisitions. We can change the view of it if you rather have this type of display, more of a card view versus a list view. So here we can see there's 5 candidates. If we click on those 5 candidates, as you see, the candidates will show up. Now here we can view the candidate. We can reject the candidate, or we can, proceed to the next step, for example. And if we have this little icon here, it means there's a resume, so you can click on that if ever you need to view resumes. So all of that can be done directly from the Talent Center. And in terms of approval, once again, for an offer approval, you can view the approval, you can view the details of it, you can download the offer, all of that from the Talent Center once again. And then if we just want to go and approve that, we can just simply click on approve, and we're going to submit and approve the offer for this particular candidate. And as you can see, it drops off my list of to-dos for the approvals. So that's how you would go about creating and configuring your Talent Center. And once again, it's very helpful for your recruiters and hiring managers that they can have a one-stop shop to perform these tasks. As well, as you can see here, there's a manager view. So any user of the system will have the manager view link to bring them directly back to Taleo Business Edition. And if we click on that link, you will see that. If you're only an employee and you're not a user of the system, then you will not have that link and you'll only be limited to the Talent Center. So I hope this video was helpful to you, and I wish you all a great day.